All right, we're back. Graveyard Shift Movie Podcast, episode number 40, 40, in case you couldn't count. Count? That's not right. Anyway, don't worry about it. This week, this week,
Count.
this
He
week.
said one number and he said count.
Listen, that counts. You see what I did there? What the fuck? Fucking Steam notifications popping up. Get that shit out of here. This week, it was my pick. I picked a movie me and Tyler were very excited for, and one Maverick did not want to watch. Unhinged, starring the one and only Russell motherfucking Crowe. Boy, it was something. I'll give it a comfortable little 6.5. Not quite a 7, but I enjoyed it. But there were parts of it that I didn't like that much. Maverick, feeling a little under the weather today. How do you like the movie you didn't want to watch at all?
It was better than expected. Maybe it was the state of mind I'm in, because I just finished watching it. Why you gotta interrupt me? I didn't interrupt you.
You did though. It's on video.
Fat bitch.
Messed up, dude.
Okay, so let me give it a rating.
With an interrupting car.
Like a
Vroom.
Shout out to the gaming channel.
Yeah, shout out to Mav. Mav made that joke and it was hilarious.
Yeah.
So
Maverick with the 6. Tyler, we're having a theme of 6s here. Where are you gonna throw this one?
I'll give it a 7.
Going with the 7.
I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah.
There was nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But I have some confessions to make.
Some confessions, okay.
Yeah.
This was actually you.
It was filmed in Atlanta.
Oh,
was it really?
Shit.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah, I don't know Atlanta enough.
No, yeah.
I-95, like at the end.
No.
It's to go straight to Atlanta.
Yeah, all them fucking potholes should have recognized South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hey, spoiler warning. For Unhinged, we're gonna ruin everything about it. So, be warned. You drinking pickle juice, bitch?
It looks like it.
So last week, when we did the awful Stay Out of the Attic, one of the complaints I remember talking about was that the opening credits were the most boring fucking opening credits I've ever seen. This movie, opening credits were lit. Shout out to the opening credits, where it was just like road rage cams and like news.
It was kind of long though.
It was long.
No.
But like it was building up and they were doing the credits at the same time, so it kept my interest for it. Like,
yeah, it was, I mean, one of the better intro little scenes.
I was hyped. This was after the cold open we'll talk about too.
Yeah, that's why I thought that was the opening, and I was like, that was great.
Yeah, it's like 3 minutes of Russell Crowe just sitting. Which, first off, homie isn't right because it's raining out and he has the window cracked, and I was like, oh my god, what are you doing?
I was like, this fucking man's insane.
Yeah, and he's sitting there and he's popping pills and shit. And there's a whole thing later after this that we'll talk about where they keep mentioning like mental illness and all this stuff. So like, and he takes his wedding ring off and then he just picks up a hammer and a fucking tank of gas and he just breaks down the door and the guy's like, what do you do? And just gets his head bashed in.
It's really good.
And then
really
you hear the lady get killed off screen and then he just lights the house on fire. And as he's driving away, that bitch blows up.
He never says or it never states who those people were. But later on, you come to assume that was like his ex-wife and like some dude she was banging.
Yeah, they never.
The news says it.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah, and when I was looking it up, like I figured that, but when you look it up, it's like that was the ex-wife and like her lover or something. But then I wonder if that was the lawyer too, her divorce lawyer.
Yeah.
But anyway,
the fuck y'all types of ways.
Man, Russell Crowe killed it.
I love him in this movie.
Yo, he
was such a chunky boy.
Movie. Yeah.
Hey.
Apparently, I will say though, as much as I hate to say it,
was that him in a fat suit?
It was a fat suit. He did not gain the weight. He gained some weight, but he didn't gain all of it. Because he had done a movie before in the early 2000s where he gained weight, and he said he wasn't comfortable health-wise doing that again. So, but
he was a chunky fucking.
He was a chunky boy.
I don't know if I don't know if that's true.
The fat suit.
It looked good.
It looked really realistic. Like I think he gained enough so his face looked big, but then like body-wise,
It's easy to hide with like the beard though, because you don't get like. It's easy to hide with the beard.
Yeah. I think dude just claimed he was wearing a fat suit.
He didn't want people to,
That was a prosthetic. Yeah. No. It's gonna be.
I don't know, but it was one of my favorite horror movie villains of the last couple years was Russell Crowe in this. Like he was great in this.
He was so good, and he would go from like being such a normal guy to just all of a sudden just being fucking a maniac.
Yeah. Like yeah.
When he killed that lady Mary, oof. Like
that when when the brothers like holding the knife out,
the knife, and he takes her, and he starts stabbing her on it. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god. Yeah, it was something. There's also later then with the brother, he like has him tied up, and the cop busts in, just one cop. And he's like, "Stay where you are." And the cop, and then Russell Crowe goes, "Fuck you!" And he lights the brother on fire and throws him. Yeah.
I think he says, "Go fuck yourself" or something like that.
But whatever it is, it was funny. And then he he's like, and he goes running, and he gets shot in the shoulder. And
he calls a chair. They blew a hole in my shoulder or some shit like that. And I was like, okay.
I used to be happy. They shot at my shoulder.
Yeah.
It's just like, why do I care? Like,
yeah,
so good.
The whole phone thing was kind of iffy.
I didn't like the phone thing where like he got the phone and then he's been tracking her with this tablet that apparently he taped under her fucking car and shit. Yeah, I don't know. It took.
He's like he's kind of tech savvy for an old timer in this movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
This man's tracking this lady. He stole her phone, and they set it up perfect to where she took the passcode off her phone, because everybody has a passcode on their phone nowadays.
As soon as the kid was like, "You don't have a passcode on your phone? That's not very safe," I was like, "Well,
that's coming back."
Yeah.
What I thought is that he had used these tricks to track his ex-wife.
Oh, and find out where she was.
Oh yeah, where she was.
Yeah, you know, to where that's how he found out she was cheating and all this other bullshit. And then, so he already had it in like his skill set.
Yeah.
The crazy thing I don't know is like they say what he did for a living.
Do they?
Yeah, because they're like, oh, he was fired from his job of 28 years with no pension, and he worked as a maintenance man for a month or something.
Yeah,
but I don't know how he got to be so strong and brutal, right? Because he's just kind of people.
His right hand was heavy as fuck, man. He was taking everybody out with that right.
There's a part. So we talked about at the end of Stay Out of the Attic, where I remember thinking it was going to be the husband at the restaurant, but we find out this lady's going through a divorce, and so it's kind of similar to what this dude went through. So he's meeting the lawyer, and the lawyer is played by fucking
Delaney.
He's played by I think most people nowadays might know him as homie from Westworld season 1.
Yeah,
but I know him as McDoyle. Always Sunny, one of the McDoyle brothers or McPoyle, whatever it is. Yeah, God, his character's so funny in that show. But he's there. And they like meet up, and he's like, first he's like, "Oh, I'm an old friend of May's or whatever," and or what is the girl's name? May? Is that the girl? May? May's the girlfriend, right? Oh no, May's the girl in It Takes Two. I don't remember what the mom's name is in this.
Who cares?
But yeah, he like calls her. He's like, "Oh, I can reach her," and that's when you find out he like planted a burner phone in her car or whatever.
Yeah, some little flip phone.
And at first the lawyer is like, "Oh, cool, whatever, it's his friend." And then he's sitting there and he's like, "No, you don't understand. I want my fucking apology." And the guy's like, calm down.
Calm down.
And then he stabs homie in the hand with a knife, and he's still talking to the girl. Meanwhile, everyone's freaking out, and you hear like someone being like, "Stop this" or whatever, and he doesn't give a shit about any of these people. And then he's like, "Hey, if you had one last time you could talk to your best friend forever, what would you say to him?" And she's like, "What? What?" And he goes, wasted opportunity." And stabs homie in the neck. And I was like, "Oh shit." Yeah. And then he walks out of that bitch, doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, just walks straight out.
Yeah.
This movie is like a PSA on like, you could say like addiction, mental health, whatever. Really, it's just a really long advertisement for concealed carries. The whole time I was
also,
like, why does nobody has a gun?
And it's one of the things where,
what the fuck?
I'm surprised there wasn't a scene. Well, there technically was, because you get on the news, like someone was filming it, and so you get the video. And it's one of the things how no one helps anymore. They just always whip out their phones to start filming shit. But there's that one part that it was a cool scene where Russell Crowe catches up to her after chasing her, and he's just like bumping her in traffic.
Yeah.
And she keeps yelling over to this lady next to her that's on her phone so she doesn't listen. But like, if you've ever been by a car crash or heard
everybody
cars,
look,
it's loud as shit. Like just that little bump alone. And it wasn't a little bump, like it was enough to leave a mark. Like everyone would look over and be like, "What? Like what happened?" So that part I thought was a little, I was gonna say unrealistic, but this movie's crazy. So. What's up?
If you were like, you think you would do something if you saw that going down? Especially the lawyer in the deli or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if it's if you were like walking by and dude's like stomping her out on the curb like he does later on.
Yeah.
Then yeah, okay, I would like to think that all of us would do something. But if it's two guys fighting in a thing, are you gonna step up and step in? Or
I'd probably be like, "Shit," sipping on my coffee.
I must owe him money.
Yeah.
I'd leave. I'd be like, "Okay, time for me to go."
Yeah.
They're sitting around recording it, and then dude ends up getting stabbed, and I'm like, "See, that's why you leave when you see mans get hit in the face with a fucking coffee mug." And then I'm like, "Time for me to go." Time for me to go. I'm out of here. But I'm not even paying. I'm like, you know what? Let me take this plate too. Yeah. I'm out of here later.
Remember that video? I guess it was a TikTok or whatever, where it's like Waffle House, and the two waitresses are fighting.
Yeah.
Like, I just need a waffle.
I just need a waffle. Yeah.
But this, like, okay, here's my confession.
Okay.
The whole car rage scene at the beginning. I was like, well, Russell Crowe's got to be the good guy.
Yeah.
Like
he kind of had a point at the beginning, but then it just goes downhill from there.
Yeah, like at the beginning you're like, okay, like I get, and she seemed like she was being rude, like real rude to him. Which, obviously they had set it up with like she's going through a divorce, husband wants the house, she just got fired by her client. I guess she's a hairstylist or something. So she's probably making house calls or some shit. So she's being real rude to him. And, fucking Russell Crowe is like, you could have just gave me a courtesy tap is all. But then at the same time, I started thinking to myself, like, first off, I never honk at people. I think I've honked at someone once. And it was a situation like that where they just didn't go with the green. And I just did a little pop like that to get there, But like if I did that and then they were like, "How about a sorry?" I wonder if I would be like, like I'd be like, "Man, fuck off," and like drive away.
Well, no, you're thinking of the scenario of, if you gave someone a little beep and then you're next to them with the light, and they're like, "Hey, man, I was going, just."
But this is like they're stuck in traffic. They're gonna be next to each other for a while.
She was stopped at that until it turned yellow, and I was like, "That's kind of long." I know motherfuckers beep at you for sitting there, like it turns green and they beep.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if Thomas would have even beeped at him. I just might have like whopped around her like she did. Yeah, because
the whole right lane was empty.
Yeah,
and I'm like, you just go around.
So
that light by Hardee's, Smith? And
yeah.
Not we don't live anywhere near there, but
yeah, just through that. Yeah.
I live in Hardee's. What are you talking about?
I'm at that light, and it goes all the way through like 2 cycles of green, and the guy in front of me doesn't go. and I'm honking my horn and shit. And then finally, the third time it turns green, I just whip around him and go, "That guy probably dead, right?"
Like, yeah, like you didn't stop to see if he was okay.
I didn't stop and check or nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I told y'all that story of it was like 3 or 4 in the morning. I'm driving the truck, and I stop at the green light, or I mean at the red light behind another car. Just me and this car out in the middle of fucking nowhere. Mm-hmm. Fucking early as shit in the morning. And the car's empty. I didn't know they were empty. I'm so high up in the air, I can't see it's empty. So I pull up behind them, like, yo, why aren't they going? It's been like 2 lights already. So I whip around, and by this time, traffic's backed up because it's the morning rush. So I go around, it's fucking empty, and I'm like, what? Yeah. What the fuck? This car's just chilling here.
Yeah.
Someone's dead. Someone got kidnapped or abducted. I don't know. Yeah. I didn't give a fuck. I had shit to do.
I liked how like Russell Crowe from that scene went from like at first he's just like, you could just, I admit I was a little checked out back there. You could have just gave me a courtesy tap.
The drugs.
And then the longer it went, the more like aggressive he started getting. And then finally he was you're gonna fucking learn today and shit. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, he said you're gonna learn what a bad day is. And I was like, I probably would have shot him for saying that. Like that's like a threat.
Boy, it was definitely a threat,
I don't know, bro.
Because then immediately,
like, if he got out, you could have shot his ass.
That scene right after is badass. Where at first he like drives in front of her, slams on the brakes, so he has to stop, and then he's like, heh. And he goes driving up. She starts to like turn onto another road, and this bitch whips in the middle of traffic and just stares at her. Like, come on,
yeah,
which way you gotta go?
Everything.
Yeah, and yeah, the car chases in this. I will say, near the end of it, the car chase near the end of the movie, I was like, all right, look, come on, let's get to something else.
I like how everything he did killed like 7 people.
Let me tell you, the first one where they're at the gas station and she's like, I think that guy's following me. And so the dude is like, oh, I'll walk you out there, And so she goes and he's like, hey, best thing to do is walk away, buddy. I got your license plate right here. And then Russell Crowe's like, all right, and puts the thing in gear, and he hits him, and the guy flies off, and you're like, oh, he's okay. And he starts saying, bam!
Yeah,
another car.
Dump truck or something.
Yeah, well.
Nails his ass.
It happens like 3 times.
Yeah, later on, you get the cop. They try to get his attention.
Jesus.
And dude spins him out, and the cop just doesn't move. He's in the middle of traffic, and he's like, I got a... and then a fucking cement truck just plows through him. And I was like, holy shit. Yeah. But yeah, he killed... There's that one random lady that he just drives into the wall.
She's like putting on her like makeup with
her eyeliner, yeah.
And he's taking an exit. He's like, whack.
That seems... Yeah.
Sends her over the ramp.
It seemed really out of nowhere where like... I was thinking they were going to do it, and then they were going to have some gory like... I don't know, something's gonna go through her, because, but then it's nothing. It's just you see your car hit, and then that's nothing. So that kind of seemed like they threw it in there. But my main complaint about this movie is the ending. I thought was really weak. With they have this plan they keep talking about, and then
fucking
like
Fortnite.
Well, yeah, God, and anyway, we'll talk about that in a second. But this plan is just they distract him for a bit, or so he sees the car. And then she, in the Prius, drives out and hits him in his van and flips him.
They talk about... So they go to her mom's house.
Yeah.
And they talk about earlier in the movie that their mom lives in this community that is like a maze. Just a lot of roads.
Yeah.
So they end up going there towards the end of the movie. And then they talk in the car going there about some plan that this kid had on Fortnite. Some dumb shit.
Like...
Well, one person hides, and while they're looking for him,
another person blindsides them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they set it up, but...
They even gave a shout-out to Retail Row. I was like, what? They're calling out...
I thought they were going to say Tomato Town, and I was like, hey.
Yeah, but...
It caught me off guard. Yeah. I wasn't expecting the Prius.
Yeah. But then besides that, like... And then the kid set off the panic alarm, or whatever. But then the rest of it is just them fighting.
Silent alarm.
Like there's no plan after that, and he's just whooping their ass. And then randomly she whips out the candy cane scissors from the beginning of the movie,
Why would you keep that on you? I don't understand.
Yeah, and she stabs him in the eye. It was in the car, but
she's a hairdresser.
Yeah.
Her tools. Or
She fucking pulls it out her back pocket. It's like the only thing she had.
She like looks for it for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
She's like laying on the bed. And she's like,
Yeah.
She caught a nasty right hand though, so I could understand how she was dazed.
Right before that, he was stomping her in the fucking closet.
Yeah, can we?
You get this scene of him booting her ass.
Yeah, you get chunky boy Russell Crowe, who just this whole movie is just slinging people around and shit, right? And then he stomps this girl like 4 times on her face. And, like, it's fun. The last movie, one dude did one kick and caved in the guy's face. And I was like, come on, man. We need a nice little...
The guy was 200 years old, though.
Well, you know. But, yeah, and so then she puts the scissors in his eyes and then she, like, kicks it in deeper. But, I don't know, it just is like, badass as Russell Crowe was this whole movie. It just seemed like kind of a weak. Like, that's how he went out. I don't know. It just felt...
He had a bullet in him.
He had a bullet in him, but it felt like it was rushed. Like they just needed some way to kill him or something.
That cop, how many times did that cop shoot Russell Crowe?
I think he shot him 3 times, maybe.
You think 3 times? Hit him once?
Think it was bop, bop, bop. Yeah.
You would think he would unload that whole fucking magazine.
He had to take care of the burning man.
Man, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Fuck them kids.
I mean, it was probably. I mean, I hate to say this, but it was probably a police officer actually doing his job and being worried about the welfare of the,
that was another dumb part. Was then right after that, the phone rings. And she's like, oh, it might be the cop. And I'm like, the cop's not going to call you the cell phone back. And she's like, hello, officer? And he's like, it's still me. But I forgot the part where he's like, you're going to learn what a bad fucking day is. At first, he pulled up with these sweet-ass sunglasses. He's like, you're going to learn what a bad fucking day is. Puts the sunglasses back on. I was like, yeah.
I was expecting it to be like that CSI. It was like, what?
They took the fucking emblems off the truck, didn't they? They didn't like the
I kept looking if there was a
Ford
sponsor.
or a Ram.
It was a Ford. It had it had the grill emblem, but it was covered by
covered it by the.
I think that van that he ends up stealing is a Grand Caravan. That's what it looked like at the end, but I don't know. That's another thing where they never show it.
Well, Homegirl drives an old Volvo, which is owned by Ford.
Yeah, I thought that was a Volvo.
Well, it shows on the steering wheel at one point, Volvo. That's the only time I remember seeing. Yeah, which I remember. Yeah, they make a point to show how like crappy the car is at the beginning. Yeah, and I thought that was gonna have a bigger part, but all it really did was that then the kid couldn't roll up the window when Russell Crowe was talking. Like it never came back.
What? It was like the oldest Volvo ever, but had electric windows. I was like, wait.
Hell yeah.
I mean, cars in the 50s had electric windows.
Yeah.
Stop lying to me.
You're lying.
I mean, I made that up, but I'm pretty sure.
I knew it. You lying sack of shit.
I'm pretty sure they might have.
So I went to public school.
It shows.
And I don't know if this kid is going to public school or private school. It looked like a public school to me. But apparently he gets detention for showing up late to school.
Yeah, they had the big fence.
Did they? Oh, I don't remember. And I was like, is that a thing? Just because your mom is late to dropping you off, you get 30-minute detention after school?
We had that, Tom. We went a lot.
Well, that was because we skipped school and we had to make up. That wasn't because we were late.
You remember never mind. You did. I was late a lot, so.
Yeah, I remember when you were late all the time, yeah.
You would walk in from the student parking lot, and they'd stop you at the door and make you sign a sheet, your name and all that shit, what time you got here, where you were going.
Oh yeah, no.
I
was always there for like the first 2 classes, and then I would slip out the side. Yeah.
I think it was like 3 tardies, and you get detention. Shit, I never fucking went.
Damn, you rebel.
Rebel.
Yeah.
That's why you didn't get your diploma.
Yeah, fuck them diplomas.
I mean, you got it. You just didn't get to walk, right? Or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I didn't want to walk, motherfucker.
Damn.
That was back in Mav's Biggin days. He was like, walk? What? We can't get a cart?
Yeah.
They're, right after Crow stabs dude or whatever and kills him. Or no, it's after he hits him in the face with the mug or whatever. Fucking the mom's like, Andy, are you okay? And he goes, he is not okay. I was like, oh shit. But
I'm gonna say Russell Crowe's been in some really shit movies.
I haven't watched that many Russell Crowe movies.
I mean, The Gladiator's really good.
Oh, so good, dude.
Yeah, never watched Gladiator.
But he's in like that movie with that Wu-Tang guy where the guy gets golden arms or whatever.
Oh, the Man with the Golden Fist? Yeah. I never watched that one.
Is Batista in that?
Batista's in it. Lucy Liu's in it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's a really bad movie, though.
It's a really bad movie.
Bad. He's supposed to be like Billy the Kid in it or something.
Uh-huh.
And no, it's not good. He's in the Quick and
the
Dead.
Did you ever watch The Nice Guys with him and fucking Ryan Gosling? Not Ryan Gosling. Or maybe it was. Let me see. Ryan Gosling, where they played the two detectives or whatever. Anyway, that movie's pretty good. There's a joke in it where they get real high and it's a whole like they're on an LSD trip or whatever. But anyway, yeah.
It's called The Nice Guys because
I
know he's in LA Confidential and he's like a madman in it.
Wasn't he also in that movie they just made a couple years ago about the dude who made the Ark? Noah, is that his name? Noah's Ark.
Yeah, Noah built the Ark, but I think he was in the other guy, not Noah, Moses.
I don't know.
My man's Moses parting.
I remember
like
there's
part bitches.
What? Oh, Maverick's camera is lagging real bad because he was saying it. I looked up and his lips weren't moving, and I was like, "Does he have a soundboard that he has that programmed in? Like, what is he doing?"
It might have been the
mic.
mic.
Looks fine. Yeah, it looks fine to me.
Well, it looks good now, yeah, but when you said it, you're okay. Anyway, that was weird.
Yeah, Matt's always looking good. We talking
sexy piece.
Hey.
Got half of it right.
Okay, sure. But
the beast half.
Stop.
Yeah.
Hey, this movie had a budget of $33 million US. Made a box office.
They did a lot of accidents, a lot of car crashes.
I bet you like half that was spent on cars too.
Yeah,
just to crash them.
Made a box office of $43.2 million. I'm surprised it even made that much when the Rona was a big thing.
What was the first number?
33.
And you said 43?
Made 43.
10 million?
Yeah.
Profit. That's not that great. I mean, I think if this movie came out during a normal time, it would be a lot more.
Like.
No, it was kind of bad. I don't see people watching this in theaters. It probably got shit reviews too.
Well,
don't give me
gave it bad reviews.
Yeah, they did. This movie, like, and it didn't. But this movie isn't winning any awards. But it's a fun fucking like just Russell Crowe being crazy movie.
What are movie theaters charging nowadays?
I don't know.
I would not pay anywhere above like $9 to see this movie.
I rented it on Amazon for $1. And
there we go. That's what we're talking about.
I didn't get like ripped off or whatever.
I don't know. I remember Sea Turtle when Rona hit. They started playing old movies, and you could come in and see them for 50 cents a ticket.
That's just because they're trying to pay like their mortgage.
Yeah, they're like they need some money. But yeah.
What do we got in the back? I got this old flash drive with like the Kingsman on it. I can throw that bitch in and play that motherfucker.
Did you find this movie to be scary at all?
No. Why would you pick this?
It's one. Okay. I mean, okay. Anyway,
psychological thriller, but
it's one of them like anxious. It has the like shit, the music every time the chase is going and shit. Like, but yeah, no. I mean, I haven't found. It's none of these movies we watch are scary, but.
We've yet to watch a scary.
We've had jump scares, but like I haven't watched one where the whole time I'm like I'm scared.
So the scary part about this movie is that honestly, that's any of us any day, it's the killing joke, right?
Yeah.
One bad day.
This is
I don't think so.
if my grandma made a horror movie, this is what she would make. Because every time you honk at someone or something, she's like, they're gonna shoot you. You better stop. And she does it every time, and she's convinced they're gonna follow you and kill you. Which
I think this is a bigger. If we switch the female right with a male, this movie would not be the same.
If a female was doing the killing?
No. If the mom wasn't the mom, it was like the dad.
If it was the dad.
They just switched it around. Yeah, like Russell Crowe's chasing the dad around. Nah, I don't think it would have been the same.
I didn't really get like it had to be a woman in that role.
No, I'm just saying. Like if you just switched it up,
I mean,
it wouldn't be the same movie.
I think this might be going off the rails a little bit, but I think if it was a woman, it would be completely different, right? Because there's so many ways a woman can ruin a man's life, like, and not be illegal about it. So say the same thing happened to you, right? And there's a chick who was honking at you. She's like, "You're gonna find out what a bad day is." You're like, "Okay, crazy lady," you know. And you keep going, right? And then she like calls your work and be like, "Oh, he tried to rape me."
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, "No," and be like, "He did." And like in today's society, you can't like question that, right? They just go, "Well, I'm gonna have to let you go," and then.
That's not even like what Maverick was saying. He was talking about replacing the mom with the dad, and it would be a different movie.
What do you mean? Like,
I don't see. I don't see what would be different. Well, if it was the dad,
it would be different.
No, it didn't matter that it was the mom. There was never any gender thing where it had to be a woman. Oh, I guess what you're saying is because like he's going after her because he's divorcing the dad. Or he finds out later, he's like, yeah, you're just fucking over that dude. He's, trying to do his best, and you're trying to take all his money and everything. Like, maybe that? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Fuck it. Yeah, why not?
Okay.
That sounds good.
Okay.
Because if you had him versus the dad, the first scene of the gas
I feel like they just fight.
The dad would just fight him, and it'd be done.
Yeah.
But I think it had to be a woman because, like, in his mind, she represented his ex-wife and
like evil
everything.
On his
side. And So I guess, but
there is a point in this. Okay, I'm gonna do best of worst stuff.
Oh yeah, best of worst stuff.
So there's a point in this movie that I felt, just in current times, I got a new job. Some people are out there looking for a job. It's hard times for most people out there, right?
Yeah.
But Russell Crowe has the girlfriend. And he's like holding her or whatever by the neck or whatever. And he was like, "I'm tired of being disposables, chewed up and spit out. Like, I'm a nothing. I can't do anything. No one will remember me. So now they'll remember me for being violent. Like, whatever." And I was like, that hit home. I was like, "Ooh, shit."
Yeah, this wasn't like a, I'll let you do your worst in a minute. This wasn't, or go ahead and do your worst before I talk. What I was going to say.
The worst was, I'm on medicines because I'm very injured.
Yeah.
And the medicine I'm taking mainly is the same medicine he was taking in the movie nonstop. And I went,
"Oh, was it?"
Yeah, it was hydrocodones, whatever.
Yeah.
So, painkiller.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, this movie, it wasn't like a mass shooting movie, but it had a very much like the guy's like, suicide by cop is all right with me. And like and it sort of felt because all them like mass shooter dudes, it's like they're gonna get all the TV news and like, they don't got they got shit going on, so they're like, well, I'm just gonna do this. But yeah, so I don't know. It's something. My favorite part was probably the when the homie, the first time he hits that guy at the gas station. And then the car comes out of nowhere and smacks him. Just because I thought that guy was going to live. And that was the first time something like that happened. Where, like, you thought they were going to... And then another car. So it really caught me off guard. And that was... so that... And then my least favorite... probably just the scheme at the end to try to beat him. Like I said, the ending just felt kind of flat for me. Compared to this whole crazy movie. Like, it should have had some crazy finale, Also, when then after that, everything just happened. Her brother's girlfriend just died. Her neighbor probably died. They never, I don't think, say that, but the guy's got her van and everything. She pulls out, or she starts to go through a green light, and this guy comes, and she has to slam on the brake, and the guy's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "What are you doing? It's a fucking green light for her, asshole!" Like, but she starts to honk and then doesn't, and then the son's like, "Good choice," and I'm like, "No, we don't get to like act like this was a funny thing." Well, like,
I think that's the guy having an impact on that lady's life, right?
Yeah.
Like, remember how he's like, "You're gonna remember me for the rest of your life," and all that stuff.
It's just fucking PTSD. Like.
Yeah, and I think that was trying to show that he won in the end. You know,
Maverick,
he did kill a bunch of people.
What was your favorite and least favorite part of the film?
Can I just say now that kid was the biggest little shithead in any other? Why do they keep casting kids and making them like the logical voice of reasoning / shitheads?
The kids are always really the voice of reasons for some reason nowadays. There's a part where she's freaking out, pulling him out of school, and he's like, "Did you get my Butterfinger Blizzard or whatever?" I was like, "Now is not the time, kid." Also, I thought it was kind of reckless of the school that they would let that kid go with the mom when she's like, "I gotta take my son to here because this man that's killing everyone is here." I'm like, "Well, no, you keep your son here. Your brother's gonna have to die. Like, the kid needs to be here where he's safe." Like,
yeah. They have a responsibility to that child. She's gonna lose custody of that little fuck.
Lose custody. The dad is gonna sue
the fucking principal was like, "Bitch, you pulled him out to go see a serial killer. What the fuck?"
Anyway,
I mean, the guy was trying to get custody of the house and everything, or ownership of the house. So something was going on there.
I wonder if she was fucking the best friend. Like,
when you go through like divorce proceedings or whatever, like, the mom or whoever has custody of the children usually gets everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's usually not even like a throw up.
Yeah.
So the fact that this dude would be like, "I get the house," it's like,
what
she happened? Was gonna give it to his ass.
She was, yeah. And then he like called and canceled on the baseball game, and so then she was like, "I'm gonna keep the house." Anyway, Maverick, what was your favorite and least favorite?
The least favorite was the ending because it sucked ass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a favorite.
Okay. All right.
You know who Jared Dines is?
Yeah.
That's who I thought the gas station guy was. The dude looked just like him and sounded like him.
Yeah.
So.
I thought he was going to play a more like badass role.
I like the lady.
But no, he just got hit.
Yeah, I knew he was there to just get like murdered instantly when that guy went out there. I was like, oh god. But I like the lady and the catcher. When it happened, I was like, oh man.
Oh, he road raging.
Yeah, he road raging.
They said road rage like 90 times in this movie.
That's my biggest.
It's a motherfucker in a truck.
About this movie, and I actually like pretty much all of it, even the ending. But my biggest gripe is they try to add too much like moral shit in there. Like, every chance they got, they showed someone on their phone driving, or they showed someone putting on makeup, or they showed someone, and it's like, stop trying to put a message in this film.
Yeah, like they definitely try to put messages in there, and sometimes I think they kind of land, but then for the most part, I'm like, I don't really see it. Like, it's an enjoyable Russell Crowe chasing this lady around in a big ass truck.
So, if you watch this movie again, which I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of one and done for me. I don't think I'll ever watch it again.
I might make Pops
watch it. If you watch it, the whole time she's driving, she keeps turning around and doing this number.
Yeah.
And
they show that she's like an aggressive driver at the beginning, where she's going into and cutting in to get to exit ramps and stuff. Which, I don't drive like that.
We had a friend like that.
Yeah. I don't do that. I drive fast, and all in traffic, I'll go through people or whatever. But like, if I'm just sitting there and there's like an exit ramp, I'll wait till I get to the exit ramp. Like, I'm not like jumping out and doing all types of crazy shit. But anyway, yeah, y'all would never have this problem. Y'all are defensive drivers. So
I let stupid people be stupid on the road.
I would say that I'm a defensive driver, you're an offensive driver, and Maverick just does whatever.
Yeah.
I switch. I'm 50-50. Well, I'm more defensive, but I can drive fast if I want to. But I could do it safely.
Yeah.
Because I have experience.
On the on the way home, I got on the long ass bridge and no one was on it. Hit 110 on it on the way over. Because I was like, hell yeah.
My fucking old rust bucket, man. I pull that bitch up to like 100, and it's doing the death shake. I'm just like, okay.
Yeah,
maybe
if I was in the Volvo, I would have been in the ocean. Like, it would just flipped over somehow. Like, anyway.
Took me a second to realize what that meant.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it was a bridge.
Yeah. Just I'm driving in the road, next thing, ocean.
You said this was filmed in Atlanta?
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, pretty sure. I think what killed it really for me was him driving around in the same fucking truck until he switched it up into the van.
Into the van?
Just this whole fucking, like, pretty much from the night he killed his ex, which I think it was his ex-wife, all the way to the next day or the next morning where he sees homegirl in traffic and they get into it. And then he ends up at running the dude over, which he should have already had, because they had it on news, his truck. So they should have already.
Yeah,
there's so many fucking cops out there.
Yeah, he doesn't get rid of the truck until like he killed the dude in the diner, and then it's all over the news. Like, oh, he's in this truck.
Yeah. Well, he was on the news when they were eating breakfast. Before they even left the house to go to
I forgot, like, the brother watching the diner after he killed that dude. And he goes, oh my god, doesn't this place have that killer brisket?
No, before that.
Like, well, no,
but,
yeah.
That's when dude was in the house at that point.
Yeah.
That shit was crazy. Like, he would have got pulled over, like.
Yeah.
Easy. So many cops.
Anyway.
But whatever. He just had a fucking battering ram on wheels. Like, his truck was big as fuck.
Yeah. All right, well.
It was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
It kind of gave me, if y'all ever seen Falling Down, kind of gave me, like, it's that one with the old dude from Ant-Man. I can't think of his fucking name.
Douglas something.
Yeah, Michael Douglas?
Michael Douglas, yeah.
Keaton.
Throat cancer, eating pussy. Don't you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's like going to visit his daughter on her birthday, and they were like separated, and like everything's late and everything, and he just loses it.
Oh yeah, isn't that when? And he's like, "I'm the bad guy."
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes in like Burger King.
Order the burger. Yeah. And he's like, "Look at this. No, this isn't that." And yeah.
But he's pointing with an Uzi.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He's like, "Why is everyone all freaking out?"
And then he goes in to get change for $1 to make a phone call.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, you have to buy something. So he buys a pack of gum, but then it costs him more.
Yeah.
And it doesn't leave him with the change to make the phone call. So he pulls out the Uzi, and he was like, I just want change. And the guy's like giving him all the money. He's like, no, I just want
the change. Who's the cop in that movie? It's someone else that we know.
Robert Duvall.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway.
So I knew that,
but not. Hey, Tyler, it's your pick next week. What movie are we discussing?
I'm going to give you all hints until you get it, all right?
Oh, God, okay.
Based on a Stephen King story.
Cat's Eye.
No.
Oh. The Shining.
No.
Salem's Lot.
Nope.
Okay, give us another hint.
Like around like 98?
I think it was released in 2004.
What the fuck? 2004 King movie. Dead Zone. Oh, that's later. Myra doesn't know Stephen King movies. So.
I don't know any Stephen King movies.
Okay.
No.
The original.
No, that would be good though.
It's like 3 hours because it's a mini series. Yeah.
So it's 1408.
The fuck is that?
Never heard of it.
Oh, y'all never heard of 1408? Let me make sure that's the name of it. Pretty sure it is.
This guy.
Yeah, it's 1408. It came out in 2007. Not my bad.
I just blew in his mic for some reason.
You smell good today, boy.
Stop.
But it has John Cusack and Samuel L. Jackson in it.
Oh. Weirdly enough, aren't they in another Stephen King movie about the stupid fucking cell phones that you can't answer them or else you die?
I don't know. This is all about it's about a hotel room that's supposedly like super haunted.
Ooh, haunted.
But
he already made a hotel movie, Haunted.
What was that?
The Shining. Anyway.
That's different. That's like the whole.
Yeah.
Anyways. But I think I remember watching it way back in the day and it being like kind of mind blowing.
Oh. But... All right. Well, next week, motherfucking 1408 in this bitch. So.
Oh. That's a Russell Crowe movie where he's like a ship captain back in colonial times.
Yeah.
17 something. No, master and captain or.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just what they based the Russell Crowe fighting around the world on South Park for. Yeah. I don't think he's a fan of that bit, by the way. I watched an interview with him where he was like, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, they're funny guys. And that's all he would say. I don't think he liked that bit very much. The fighting around the world. And fucking Tugger, the tugboat, kills himself. And he's like, Tugger, no! Anyway. And and then Tugger, he survives. But he's like, doo-doo. And he's brain dead. Anyway. Shout out to...
This guy's gone so off course.
Yeah, shout out to fighting around the world. But, alright, next week, 1408. Thanks for listening to the Unhinged podcast. That's not the name of us, but it was the movie we watched.
Who picks the next movie?
Maverick does. So,
all right, so
you got a week to prepare, motherfucker.
People watching this should go ahead and put suggestions in because Maverick always picks the worst movies.
What do you mean? Stay out of the attic?
Stay out of the attic? Yeah, I think I gave that
solid.
You
gave it a 0.
Yeah.
It was the first
Shudder movie we watched.
First Shudder movie I picked, so I didn't know what I was getting into.
Yeah. Anyway.
No, Hunter x Hunter was IFC Midnight.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. I picked
what was that other
IFC.
movie? Yeah.
The one that he wasn't there for with the tree monster, the Wretched or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Which is actually pretty good.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for listening. See you next week. Oh, you guys got anything else you want to say? Tyler always.
Like, subscribe, comment.
All right.
What?
Oh, okay. Maverick, you can go fucking throw up now.
Are we going to put our grab bag? Is this going on this channel? It's got
Probably,
to, right?
Yeah. We'll just make another series out of it.
Or just put it on there as a throwaway,
Yeah, it might just bomb and we never do it again. But
nah, we're gonna do it again just because I think it's fun.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all that counts.
I'll be on the look for that. The secret video coming up. I don't know what to call it, surprise video, whatever.
Yeah.
I totally saw someone else do it on YouTube, so it's kind of a copy.
No.
Thing, but
can't believe you've done this. We gotta do another overtime. It's been like a month since we did overtime.
You've been working a lot.
I know. Well, I get off in the afternoon, so we have afternoon time. Anyway, we'll figure that out. Next week, 1408. Thanks for listening. Like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. And we'll see you next time.